It's Manar here, giving you a front row view of what's happening on the last day of VMware Explore Singapore. I caught up with Vinod and Abe about their Edge keynote.
You know, Vinod, your session had a pretty cool title. It was Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, Living on the Edge. Tell us, what does that mean?
I think if you look at industries across the globe, everyone is just trying to transform, to offer new services, to actually better the customer experience, or in the case of healthcare, the patient experience, right? So that really means that you need to have real-time insights, and these insights need to be actionable in real time. So the need for compute power, storage, and an intelligent network is actually needed for these enterprises to transform. And I think VMware here is actually poised, and we are building the right infrastructure, the right sized infrastructure, combined by what we call as intelligent connectivity, to enable these enterprises and businesses drive much more value and build new use cases that are suited for the edge.
That's fantastic, Vinod. And Abe, tell us, how is VMware helping to innovate, supporting customers on the edge?
So everything that we're doing at the edge, we describe it as the software-defined edge. So just like what VMware did in the data center with the software-defined data center, we have introduced the software-defined edge with some very key principles. One key principle for the software-defined edge is around having a right-sized infrastructure. A right-sized infrastructure that is purpose-built and fits to the use case and the infrastructure footprints that are available at that edge. So that's one. The second aspect of the edge is that there are thousands, hundreds, tens of thousands of these edges. And so it's equally important to make it very easy to provision the edge. The life cycle management of the entire edge environment is something that's really important. And so what we've done there is introduce the concept of pull-based zero-touch orchestration that takes out all the manual steps that it's required to set up an edge. And then the third part about everything with the software-defined edge has to do with programmability, making it easy for IT to program and configure both the workloads as well as the underlying network that is required to connect to the edge.
And Vinod, what do you see as the future of edge computing?
I think you're going to see much more adoption of edge computing. The use cases are going to really keep evolving. There's a huge role for app developers, so developers who can build new services and new applications. And I think what is going to be important is the role of AI in edge computing, because a lot of edge is all about real-time insights, but also real-time actions. So how does the edge have the intelligence to perform certain actions autonomously without any user intervention in the best possible way? So AI, and most importantly generative AI, is going to play a huge role there. That's going to be one area. The second area is how can an enterprise access infrastructure in a much more intelligent manner. So at VMware, we're bringing out this notion of intelligent connectivity. And that really means that how can an enterprise use a telco's 5G network to create its own set of requirements, whether it be SLAs, whether it be bandwidth, delay, jitter, or anything of that. Last but not the least is going to be use cases which are around autonomous vehicles and drones and all of these type of applications, which are more consumer driven. Lastly, again, I use the word lastly, managing this infrastructure at scale is going to be the key. And I think VMware here, we're working with both our telco and enterprise partners in making sure that the adoption of edge computing is as seamless as possible.
The edge is where it's all at, right? All the action and all the excitement is happening at the edge. One tidbit that I'll tell folks in terms of how to keep it simple and straightforward about what's been happening at the edge is to use the principles of classic rock, okay? So the principles of classic rock, Rolling Stones had a song called Get Off My Cloud, right? The edge is about moving from the cloud into the edge, okay? The other one is Aerosmith had a song called Living on the Edge. They didn't know it when they came up with these songs, but that's precisely what this is about. So that's one way to keep it easy and memorable when it comes to the edge.
I absolutely love that analogy. You heard it there. That's fantastic. Thank you so much, Vinod and Abe.
Thank you.